Hey crafter, welcome back to my channel. My name is Joanna and I am the creator behind JL Creative. My goal is to reduce crafting frustration by sharing my tips, tricks, and craft hacks that I have learned in my journey of crafting. One of the biggest sources of my crafting frustration was getting a perfect print and cut project with my HP inkjet printer and Cricut maker machine. I still get tons of questions in the comments of the video and it has over 10,000 views, so I thought I would make an updated version for you guys. I will link the original video up here and down in the description box if you're interested in taking a look. In this video, I'm going to share the things I have learned along the way in perfecting print and cut. I know many of us use our iPhones and iPads to work with our Cricut, but I want to make this known right up front. You will need to use a laptop or desktop computer to get the best results with your print and cut projects. Because an iPhone or iPad will not give you the option to open the system dialog box to change print settings. I hope you find this video helpful. Please feel free to comment down below with specific questions, subscribe for more videos from me, and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. Before we get into details, please understand that everyone's setup will vary slightly. So if yours doesn't look exactly like mine, that's okay. You can still achieve perfect print and cut results, but it may take a little bit of experimenting. I know wasting supplies hurts, so practice your print on plain paper until it prints the way you want so you don't waste any specialty papers. Before you ever attempt to print your design, you should start by calibrating your Cricut machine for print and cut. I will add that video up here and down in the description box below. Please make sure your machine is calibrated prior to attempting print and cut. There is nothing worse than printing a perfect design only to have it cut off center, leaving you with like half a white border and half of your design cut off. It is a simple step that will help you achieve perfect print and cut results. And it should be done once in a while to make sure that your machine stays calibrated. If you notice your machine starts to cut off center, calibrate right away. There are 3 paper types I work with the most, and there's 2 different sheens. Cardstock and label paper have a matte sheen, and then water slide has a glossy sheen. You're going to want to turn your bleed on for matte sheen paper like cardstock and turn it off for papers like water slide. Your system dialog box should always be turned on, and then you click the green print button in Design Space and your system dialog box will pop open. If you're using a Mac or you notice that it doesn't pop up, try looking behind your Cricut window. My sister experienced this issue. She thought Design Space had frozen, but it had just opened behind the window. From the dialog box, you're going to navigate to the preferences. Based on the paper type you're using, choose either matte or glossy specialty paper and change the print quality to best. Before clicking print, you need to load one single piece of paper. When I load paper into my printer, it asks me what type of paper I loaded. If yours doesn't ask you this automatically when opening your tray, I suggest you pop through the menu on your printer and just try to find how to change these settings. Every time you load paper to print, you should make sure your printer knows exactly what paper type you just loaded to ensure that you get perfect print results. I choose specialty paper matte for cardstock and label or sticker paper, and specialty paper glossy for water slide. The way you load paper into your printer will depend on your individual printer. Loading the paper with the correct orientation is important for papers that have a back side and a front side. Printable cardstock can be printed on either side. However, label paper and water slide paper require proper orientation when inserting to ensure printer prints on the correct side of the paper. For my printer, I load the paper upside down. Make sure you read the manual for your specific printer or run an experiment with a piece of label paper by printing something small and simple like one word or a simple shape to save ink. You have a 50-50 chance of guessing right, and if you guess wrong, you can still use that piece of label paper because you don't need the backing. So let's review all the changes we've made before clicking print. Your bleed is on for matte and off for glossy sheen papers. Your system dialog box is always turned on. Inside your preferences, you've set it to either matte or glossy paper, and inside that paper setting, you've changed the quality of print to best. Your printer is loaded with one piece of paper oriented correctly and loaded correctly, and your printer is set to the type of paper you have loaded. So it's finally time to return to the computer and click print. The System Dialog Box will send it to your printer. If you followed all of these steps, you should be holding a perfectly printed sheet ready for cutting on your Cricut machine. And I'm going to remind you again, please calibrate your machine for print and cut if you haven't done it recently. Thanks so much for watching. I hope this video was helpful to you. Please feel free to comment down below with specific questions, subscribe to my channel for more videos from me, and give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new. Happy crafting, friends!